Yeah, it is now 7:20 p.m. And I just left a voicemail for the Greenville Group. Second voicemail of the day today. Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. I keep having to keep this window open in spite of the fact that it is raining pretty hard outside right now. And there's rain coming in through the window. It's also quite windy. And there are rodents that live in the cracks of the building on the outside of the building that like to run into this window pretty quickly after I open it because they like to be warm. They don't like to be out in the rain and in the cold any more than we do. So they come into this unit, and then I have to report that there's a rodent infestation in here because they like to shred papers and chew on cardboard boxes, of which I have plenty in here. It is also important to note that while I've been lying on this bed over the last 2 hours, lying here just quietly trying to rest because today is my day off and I have a lot of work-related stuff to start taking care of later this week. Irizarry Greenville's paid sponsored perving, creeping, sex offender, psycho trash psychopath has once again resumed her use of a directed energy weapon after not using it for a few days to electronically assault me earlier today while I was lying on this bed, and then when I tried to quietly use the toilet at 1:15 p.m., and then again later this afternoon when I was lying here trying to rest. Irizarry seems to have a serious issue with me simply resting and lying on this bed. I'm not doing anything weird. I am simply lying here trying to sleep and get some rest, and that is when she literally starts electronically assaulting me with a directed energy device that she keeps correcting is a directed energy weapon, and that she has it mounted on a tripod aimed at my head. Those are her written comments on social media in response to prior videos that I've made about her ongoing use of an illegal and highly dangerous and harmful directed energy device, also called a directed energy weapon, according to the same person I keep saying is using it. She is obviously admitting to using it, claiming it's actually a directed energy weapon. So there you go. It's not just a device, it's a weapon. And she wants me to know that she has it mounted on a tripod and is aiming it at my head. And that is exactly where I keep experiencing the initial effects of this assault. It feels like your entire head is about to explode all of a sudden from 1 second to the next. You're lying there quietly resting, listening to quiet music, and all of a sudden your head feels like it is being slammed by a Mack truck. And then the squeezing and burning go all the way down your body. So that's an electronic assault. There's no electronic equipment anywhere around this bed. I don't have a TV or a router. I don't even have any other electronic devices other than the cell phone I am using to film this with. Do you see any electronic equipment around here? No, because there isn't any. And there shouldn't be any electronic EMF output in such high levels that it feels like my head is about to explode when I get hit with the current, right? So that is a psychopath who the Greenville Group is sponsoring to harass other tenants using this weapon. It is a favored weapon of Russians, interestingly enough, according to 60 Minutes and CBS News, who have both made hour-long documentaries on the Russians' use of directed energy weapons to electronically assault American citizens on American soil. The property managers of this building are Russian, as is the property manager, Mr. Oleg Eliseyev. That is a Russian last name. It is not a Ukrainian last name. Eliseyev is Russian. Okay? So when people I barely know come up to me in housing court and say, hey, your property manager is Russian mafia, you better watch out because they play dirty. Well, then I pay attention to that because I do keep getting electronically assaulted by a illegal electronic device that seems to be favored by Russian and Russian groups and whoever has nefarious intent towards American citizens from that part of the world. So I reported it in a voicemail to the Greenville Group, and then I will deliberately and absolutely have to have the restraining order I filed against Jasmine Irizarry and the Greenville Group in housing court 2 weeks ago now delivered by constable to them within the next couple of days, because this keeps happening and it is extremely dangerous. The use of a directed energy weapon actually constitutes attempted homicide because someone could immediately suffer a heart attack, a stroke, a blood clot to the lungs or to other parts of the body that can then cause an aortic aneurysm or a seizure as a result of the use of this directed energy device. Irizarry claimed in writing on social media that she's not using it that hard, and what am I complaining about? It is attempted homicide to use a directed energy weapon on anybody because they could immediately suffer some type of adverse related event like a stroke. If you blast somebody's head with a stream of electromagnetic output, that's what directed energy devices do, then that person can have a stroke. They can literally have blood clots form in the vessels of their brain and then have an aneurysm. They can have blood clots form in other parts of their body and then have a heart attack or an aortic aneurysm elsewhere in the body. They can have a seizure. They can literally have a heart attack. That is what a directed energy weapon does. It is an assault weapon that does not show any marks, which is probably why the Russians like it, because you don't have a trace of what is actually happening, right? It is almost like putting a untraceable poison in somebody's drink. There are poisons that can't be traced. So, these are very sneaky criminal homicidal tactics. This is also racketeering. And I can file a RICO case against the landlord for continuing to permit a homicidal psychopath and registered sex offender like Jasmine Irizarry to electronically assault me based on surveillance footage of what she claims she has and can see me doing in the privacy of this unit. And right now she's getting all agitated behind the wall of that bathroom and filling the entire area of my kitchen sink with cigar smoke. And that's why I have to keep this window wide open. And I have the air conditioner going, even though it is 40 degrees outside and there is no heat in this unit. There has not been any heat in this unit in weeks, probably 3 weeks now. Ever since I reported excessive heat in this unit, the Greenville Group refused to adjust the heat. They've simply shut it off. And there's an open citation by the Inspectional Services Department for a code violation in this unit of no heat, no hot water, and they have refused to fix that problem as well. So again, criminal Russian slumlord, racketeering, surveillance use of the illegal use of surveillance devices as admitted by multiple staffers at the Greenville Group is racketeering. They claim that it's legal. I don't know how they managed to get that worked out. Maybe they bribed the authorities, but it's not legal. So, I can file a racketeering claim against them based on what I'm describing and experiencing right now with this window wide open and some psychopath who uses surveillance devices, electronically assaulting me and deliberately propagating sickening amounts of smoke into this living space while I'm just lying here quietly trying to rest. I'm not doing anything. I'm just lying here trying to take a nap. And I'm being smoked out and electronically assaulted by these pieces of shit. They're such low-life scum. They have absolutely nothing going on in their sad, wasted, low-life scum, filthy animal, perving, creeping lives other than harassing people 24/7. That's BLM. BLM are the most disgusting, perving, creeping, hooker hiring rejects on the face of the planet. And stupid people who donate to BLM are just don't realize that they're the butt of the joke. You donate money to a bunch of perving, creeping, winking, filthy animals, and then they use that money for hookers. This is nothing against Black people. Of course not. There's many Black people who don't need BLM to achieve great things in their lives. And, we have a former president, we have Oprah Winfrey, we have Senator Tim Scott, we have Dr. Ben Carson, we have Eddie Murphy, we have Michael Jordan, we have a whole bunch of really famous Black guys who did not need BLM to achieve boss status in this society. But BLM are the lowest scumbags on the face of the planet who have nothing else going on and who hate stock women who won't provide them with special favors. And then they hire a bunch of hookers and use millions of donation dollars on hookers and strippers. Yeah, that's who you're dealing with right now. And that's why I have to keep this window open.